So I did an interview yesterday with Channel 7 News, and it was great stuff. It was, you know, my in-depth analysis about the geopolitical fallout of the federal election and what it means for cycling in Brisbane, and particularly the North Brisbane bikeway. We're just so close to getting it done, we just want to see it finished. Yeah, showbiz. Yeah, I'm not good at speaking while I'm riding at the same time, so I thought I'd sit down. After the interview finished, I noticed that there was this woman just standing around behind. When we were done, she came up to the journalist and said, "Do you want to hear from someone really in the community?" And then the red flags went off. I own a push bike myself. We all know where this is going, right?
You know, I'm something of a
cyclist
myself.
As far as an anti-cycling rant goes, it was probably a 11 out of 10. You know, she started off pointing a finger at me saying they're rude, they're inconsiderate, they're aggressive. If they were black people, they'd be locked up as a criminal gang.
Boy, that escalated quickly.
So I think she kind of told on herself a bit there, but it just, you know, at the time you just think it's funny. You just laugh, you know, crazy lady. But the problem is, apart from the fact that people have these kinds of very set, fairly bigoted mindsets, and not just about cyclists, about way more than that. The problem is that these are the people that are often the ones that talk to our local representatives. They're the ones that are talking to our local councillors who are upset about bikeways, just like the Indooroopilly bikeway here. She was complaining about that, saying that it was built without consultation. Obviously she missed the 3 rounds of consultation that each went for about a month and all the stuff that went with it. These are the people that are often in the ear of our representatives. And the saying in politics often goes that the squeaky wheel gets the oil. So these people that are ranting and raging, you know, we might think that they're just a silly minority, we don't need to worry about them, but they do have some influence. You know, we look at the North Brisbane bikeway and the way that the local objections to that have gone on about the cyclists. Check out that video about that. You know, there's this negative perception of cyclists amongst this minority of people that object to cycling infrastructure. I don't know what they think, but it's like they think that cyclists are going to descend on their community and be gangs, and I don't know, maybe they think BMX Bandits was a documentary. I don't know, I don't understand. So what is it about cyclists and bicycles in particular that seems to trigger people so much? And it is a triggering. I have no doubt that this woman in particular, she would have had a bad experience. You know, I know that there are some people that misbehave. Doesn't matter what they're doing. Some people behave in a way that makes people uncomfortable. I did a video about that too, about sharing paths. But what I found really confronting was that what she was saying was really personal and really directed at me, and she had never seen me before in her life. She had no idea what kind of a cyclist I was. I'd been standing there with my bike next to me. I'd never had an interaction with her. But she could associate her negative experience, whatever it was, to me. And then we have some people that will go with the appeasement idea there, and you know, they'll pick on other cyclists, say, "You shouldn't do that, you're giving us all a bad name." And it's like, well, they shouldn't do it. But what they do shouldn't have any bearing on what someone else thinks about me. I didn't do it. You know, like, we see drivers all the time. I have some really bad experiences with drivers, but you know, it's not every driver, you know, just like it's not all cyclists, and it's not all crazy women that are walking around waiting to have a go at a journalist. But it really concerns me that a minority of people with these attitudes that they're all bad and therefore we shouldn't provide cycle infrastructure, they've got this image in their mind of what a cyclist is. But those people are the ones that are objecting and holding us back. They're the ones that are getting into the ears of our local representatives, and they're the ones that are controlling the budget spend. They're the ones that are making the decision to cancel a bikeway project for a couple of years because politically to them it's easy. It'll just be the cyclists that are complaining. I don't know what the answer is. Do we stop using the word cyclist? You know, is it something that we need to treat as a dirty word? I don't know. When we toyed with the idea for a while of just referring it to people on bikes because that's what it is. But you see this outgrouping with the word cyclist, and I don't know how to overcome it. If you've got thoughts, let me know in the comments. And if you say cyclists should pay rego, I'm gonna ban you. This outgrouping of the word cyclists, it's pervasive. A lot of the media discussion about the North Brisbane Bikeway and the objections to it, it was framed as locals don't like it, cyclists want it. But a lot of the people that are arguing for it are locals. They're locals who want to ride bikes, they do ride bikes, and they want more people to have the option to ride bikes. Their kids don't ride bikes because it's not safe. Their wives, their mothers, their aunts don't want to ride bikes because it's not safe. You know, people want to, but it's being this outgroup, you know, cyclists, this homogenous group of people on the outside. They want this thing and the locals don't. It's not like that. How do we change that dialogue? How do we change the conversation? You know, there's a lot of problems that cycling is part of the solution for. Whether it's traffic congestion, whether it's the road toll. You know, cars cause more death and injury than any other form of transport. Obviously, carbon emissions, noise pollution, air pollution. So cycling, it's just a positive. And if you talk to local councillors and state government, they recognise that cycling is valued. They will tell you that active transport is really important, that for every dollar invested it returns $5 into the economy through social benefits, all those things. A city's commitment to active transport is found not in its words but in its budget. And we've just had the only new bikeway project that's been planned by Brisbane City Council to be cut until the next term. Anyway, it's all very interesting. I don't understand bigotry. Do you have any ideas? If you've got any thoughts about why people think the way they do and how we change it, I would really be open to it, like, because I don't get it. You know, if you hate cyclists, or you think that we should pay rego, make sure you hit subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified when I post a new video and you can tell me how wrong I am. And if you don't think rego is the answer, make sure you hit subscribe and the notification bell so you know when I post a video and you can tell me how right I am. And seriously, if you really do enjoy cycling related videos and movies, make sure you get along to Space for Cycling, Brisbane's bicycle film night for 2022. So on Saturday the 28th of May at the Kangaroo Point Multicultural Centre. And my favourite is the Brisbane Bike Bites Short Film Festival, where creative Brisbane cyclists put together videos on the big screen and we get to vote for the winner. So if you haven't got your tickets, there's a link, and there's a link in the description. $20 a ticket, don't miss out. Oh, ride safely, drive rarely, and I'll see you next time.